live. We live now. Stream looks good. Let's make sure the mic is on. Everything is good. Mic is ready, Freddie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get it.
How long we should
What's
do it?
up,
Cool 30?
everybody? It's your boy Half Dolo. I game because I'm winning. Much love to everybody out there, man. It is your boy Half Dolo. Welcome to the fifth episode of the Talk Yo Game podcast. Listen, I'm super excited about today's podcast. I just want everybody to know I got a wonderful, wonderful guest I'm about to present to you. But before I do that, I like to say just a little bit about our sponsor. Our sponsor is LaRon Pierce. He's got a new record out. Get Your Weight Up, Pierce Street, LaRon Pierce. We're gonna go a little bit about that a little bit later. But we're gonna go ahead and start you off with our guest, none other than the Flossed Out Entertainment, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get it. Detroit's own Flossed Out Entertainment. Listen, if you ain't know about my boy Flossed Out, you gonna know today. You gonna know today. You are gonna know today. And when I tell you, you gonna know today, look at that. Flossed Out. Straight out of Detroit, Michigan. Say something to him, Floss.
My dog, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Heck of an
sir.
intro, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with just this one question. Floss, what got you into music? How did you get started doing music? Like, what was it that just like sparked your interest? Did you have a family member that did music? Did your mom sing, sister sing? Like, what was it?
Man, I remember the first time I sat down in front of a computer, Fruity Loop.
Okay.
Fruity Loop, what was that? Early 2000s, man.
Okay.
Early 2000s, that was the first, program that I was messing with. And it was super simple. And it just piqued my interest, man. The first time I just fell in love after that, man. Just started as just messing around, joking around, and created a hobby, really.
Okay.
So
So
that was,
did somebody buy that program for you, or did you somebody give it to you, or how did it come about?
I was one of my homeboys. I was just over his house, like after school type stuff. It was about three of us in there, and it was just already on his computer. I can't remember exactly how, but he already had it installed, already fired up, ready to go. And that was the first time I ever even heard of the program. And man, we spent hours on that thing, just rotating. My turn. It's my turn. That's my turn.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's what's up. So, when and this is how. So for everybody that's listening, you know, people, I have to give you this backdrop because me and Floss have been playing Call of Duty for years, right? But I wanted to ask you, like, were these same guys? Did these same guys play Call of Duty, or was it just music? How did you infuse both?
Oh man, it took some years. It grew into a monster ever since PlayStation had that share factory, and you can put your own music on there
Oh
and start
yeah.
editing and having your videos up. That's what really sparked it.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's what really was like. Oh man, hold on now. You can add a little flair, your own personal little touch to it, man. That was, that like I said, that was early 2000s though. That was what 25 over a quarter 25 years ago, man. It's crazy.
Dang, that is crazy. Wow. That is
Yeah, man.
crazy. Woo. Man, that is crazy. Just to think that's 25 years ago. God, dog. Man. there's some people that are like 25 right now. Like, dang, Dolo, what you talking about?
Right, man.
Oh my God. So, for those of you that are listening, we want you guys to know that for everybody out there, we're going to talk a little bit about music. We're going to talk about Freestyle Fridays and how that came about. And we're also going to talk about a little bit of the season 4 Reloaded. But before all of that, I just wanted to make sure you guys get a little bit, a little understanding about Floss. Floss, tell everybody where you're from and how you got your sound.
Oh man, I'm born and raised Midwest. I was born in Ohio, and then but really raised in Michigan. So I always grew up with that Midwest sound. The bells, the grimy sound. It's just. But I'm a fan of all music now.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I don't hate on the Southwest, East. I don't hate on it. But I feel like we're like a great mixing pot, and my style kind of permeates that, man. It really does.
Okay. Okay. I know we're gonna.
So
Hmm.
go ahead. My bad.
So I know we're gonna talk more about Call of Duty in a minute, but just to showcase, who you are as a producer, if you was in front of a million people right now, and you're talking to any producer, any rap artist, any singer, who would be your top 5 artists you would want on your track? Who would those top 5
Ooh,
be?
man, that's a good question. Um, that's it. That's deep right there.
Okay,
Let's
let me help you out. Let me
you
help you out.
know,
How about
I'm a, I got to touch a couple genres, man.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
So I would have to start off with J. Cole because he's just a master, in his craft, man.
J. Cole, Carolina, where I'm from, Fayetteville. Okay, okay. J. Cole, you hear this, right? All right, look. I know some people
For
back
real.
home. I know some people back home that know J. Cole. So I'm gonna send this podcast to him and say, listen, J. Cole, you heard it here first. My boy Flossed Out want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? So all my folk back home in the Nam, we call it Fayette Nam. I'm a Fayetteville vet, so everybody that got up out of Fayetteville, you already know what it is. So anybody back home that's listening to this, J. Cole is one of the guys he wants to work with. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, nah. R&B, the next MJ, man, Chris Brown, man, somehow, some way, man.
Okay, okay. J. Cole, Chris Brown. All right, all right.
You know, talented, man, talented cat. Shoot, you heard the style. Who you got? Anybody in mind? You think that pops off the screen for you?
Man, I mean, I ain't gonna front, bro. I Royce the 5'9".
Yeah, man,
I know
definitely.
Royce the 5'9". So if anybody that's listening that knows Royce or know that manager, these folk that we talking about, let them know. Send them the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Royce the 5'9", like that dude, he was a beast, and he's from Detroit, right?
You around the corner, man. Yep, he out here, dog.
Wow. Okay.
He
So,
out here.
so we
Cause
got.
I reside.
Hmm.
I'm over here on the east. I'm over here on the east side, so I'm not too far away from anything, man.
Okay. Now everybody in Detroit, if you are listening to this podcast from Detroit, y'all know what he's talking about. He's always said, I mean, the 12 mile, the dirty glove. So that's my boy,
Yeah,
man.
right off Jefferson, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody that's in Detroit, you know what that means. And I've never had the opportunity, but when I get to Detroit, I want to go to that place. You always talked about it, man. To go get something to eat. Oh,
Coney, man, and Coney Lafayette, man.
yeah, that's it. Coney Island.
Yes, sir.
When I get a chance, I definitely want to go over there. But okay, so we got 3 artists knocked down. Top Billboard 100, J. Cole, Chris Brown, Royce the 5'9", 2 more.
Ooh. Mm. It's tough. Damn, there's so many. Mm,
Well, okay, so we got three artists that are male. Any females you ever thought about working with?
right. That was crossing my brain too. Like, man, what females can really get down? You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Glorilla is on top of my list, man.
All
I like
right.
his style,
All
man.
right. Glorilla.
Oh.
All right. One more. We got Glorilla. That she from the dirty south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
What's
Glorilla.
the other one? Who would who? Man, that's mm,
What about Barbie?
Barbie.
Yeah.
Talking about Nikki?
Yeah.
Mm, I might go Cardi over Nikki.
Okay, Cardi B. That's five.
Cardi.
Cardi
Yep.
B. So there you have it, y'all. My boy flossed out his top five. We got J. Cole, Chris Brown, Royce the 5'9", Glorilla, and Cardi B. So for everybody out there, man, look, I'm telling you, I've been talking about this for a minute. We've been doing Freestyle Fridays, and Flossed Out has been the featured producer for Freestyle Fridays, and everybody loved the show on Facebook. And I'm loving the fact that we can bring it back here on the Talk Your Game podcast. And I'm super excited to talk to everybody about it because it's such a wonderful, wonderful thing when you can bring gaming and music together. And I love it. Y'all know it's just an amazing thing. Like there's a lot of tracks in Call of Duty that are hip hop style tracks that we've even freestyled off of. You know what I'm saying? Playing the game, but you know, I'm just super excited because Flossed Out is one of the hidden gems in Detroit. People don't understand that when you have a talent and he likes to hone his craft. Like he's one of those guys that's like, man, Dolo, I can make this better. Like and then he goes and like, yo, what you think it is? And like I'm gonna go make this better. Or you give him an idea, he comes up with the track like that. So I'm super excited to have you on the show today, man, because this is the 5th episode. Number 5 is the number of grace, and man, I'm just so thankful. When I say I'm thankful, I am thankful. This dude got tracks for anybody out there that's listening that need music for gaming, that need music for TV shows or shorts or something like that. I think you should definitely reach out to my boy Floss. Like his music is ridiculous, and I could be the first one to tell you, for real, seriously. So
Appreciate it, man.
absolutely. Is there anything else you want to talk about musically that influenced you? Who was your favorite artist growing up?
Well, thanks to my had an older sister that's 7 years older than me, so I was snooping around her room, and I was listening to stuff I wasn't supposed to in like what 5th grade, stuff like that. It's like Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg. That
Uh,
was one of the first albums. Easy E and Bone Thugs and Harmony, man.
okay.
Um, Oh man, of course, me being that I was a younger dude, MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, the Brad, you know, you know,
That's what's
I
up.
ain't gonna lie,
East Coast, a little West
you
Coast.
know,
Okay, okay.
loving the Michael Jackson Bad album, that was my jam right there, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
You know, well versed.
That's what's up, man. So a lot of people that's gonna listen to this, I know that they can relate because you got people all over the world that's heard Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was worldwide, and a lot of people definitely know that Snoop is considered the most popular rapper there is in the game. And so, with that being said, we're gonna talk a little bit about our sponsor, and then we're gonna come right back to my man Flossed Out. But our sponsor for today is none other than LaRon Pierce. LaRon Pierce is in the building. The Pierce Street record is out now. Go check him out. He has over 1,000 listeners, active listeners on Spotify. So when you get a chance to check him out, LaRon Pierce, y'all. He just got a new record out. Just did a new video. And he's working real tough. Got a bunch of, I mean, his catalog is ridiculous. He's got songs after songs after songs. So whenever you guys get a chance, go check out LaRon Pierce. And the name of the new record that's out now is called Pierce Street. Check him out on Spotify and all the digital platforms. All right. So with that being said, now let's get into the Call of Duty side. We got Call of Duty. When did you get started on Call of Duty? And where did you meet Half Dolo?
Well, I consider myself kind of a late bloomer. My first experience with Call of Duty was Black Ops 1.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I was reluctant to really play because I was coming from SOCOM.
Okay.
So it was a total different this was a total different style of gameplay that I was used to, the respawning and coming back in and just going at it over and over. I wasn't used to that. I was kind of against it, but it grew on me. Over the years it grew on me. Then Black Ops 2, which I think personally is one of the best ones of all time to me personally.
Gotcha.
They had me. I was hooked. They got me. And I think that's the second one also was right around the time that's when I met you, or it might have even been the first one. So it's been I can't exactly remember the exact time, but it was right around that time. So we talking about years, man.
Years, bro. At least 10.
Yeah, easily.
Yes, sir. Now, in your experience, because this is what I know about Floss, y'all. Floss is my officer in the clan. We got another officer in the clan who's in heaven. Rest in peace to my boy Chief Wargun. God bless you, sir. And but Floss is my officer. Tell me how do you feel about Call of Duty and its trend to where it is now? Because now we got Season 4 Reloaded, but up until Season 4 Reloaded, what are your thoughts on from Black Ops 1 to now? Now we're in Black Ops 6, going into Black Ops 7. Please give us your thorough thoughts on this game.
Well, the first thing that just jumps in my mind is the formula. Whatever formula they had going on from Black Ops 1, 2, and all of that, they changed the formula. They changed the gameplay of having fun and the objective. They lost sight of it.
Right.
With all these microtransactions, they lost. And Warzone is just another beast of its own. So now you're stretching all your resources out, and you're not really. The main focus isn't on multiplayer anymore. It's not, and you can tell from the product you're getting year in and year out.
Right.
And maybe they need to take a year off.
Right.
It's not coming out every year. Maybe sometimes somewhere in the formula they had it going on and they got it wrong somewhere, and there's a few factors coming in. It's hard to really pinpoint it, but I feel like they're too involved in their formula, and the fun is not organic anymore. It's not. The gameplay is not organic, man. They have their hands too much into it. They're trying too hard. They need to draw it back a little bit.
Okay.
And just, bring back the lobbies and let's talk it out.
Okay. Okay. Now with that being said, do you think so if you was in front of the CEO of Activision and they said flossed out, what would you change about what we're doing right now? After what you just said, and you had the ability to change it, what would you tell them to change immediately?
SBMM.
Good.
They keep it a secret.
That's a
They
good
they
thought.
keep it a secret. You know, whatever they're doing, they don't really tell us exactly how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way they're consistently doing it the same way since the old time. No way. You know, you can feel it. It's not the same, man.
Got you.
So just how they're coming up with these lobbies and that formula that I was talking about, whatever that is, they
Mm-hmm.
got to tweak it or draw it back, man. Draw it back.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
huge. That's huge.
Okay. Now, um, if you had, uh, if there was a way where you could deal with the cheaters, what would be the best way you would deal with the cheaters? Or do you think the cheaters are a problem?
Cheaters are definitely a prevalent problem in the game today, even more so than they ever been for whatever reason. The technology,
Mm-hmm.
another way to make money. Just I don't. Everybody has different motives, but they need to be more stern, like Nintendo. They don't play around with cheaters. Once they catch you doing something or modifying or doing something you're not supposed to do with their system, you out of there, man. You out of
Talk
there.
about it. Talk about it. Ooh, that's a good one.
They're not worried about numbers and all that. They're like, no, done. They don't play that game. And Sony needs to be more stern on these cheaters, man. Like, you got to lay the hammer down on these guys.
Mm, that's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. So,
Yeah, that's why they're running rampant. I'm sorry, that's why they're running rampant because there's the repercussions, man. Slaps on the wrist, you know.
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
So
Now, now,
that's a problem.
now we talked about the cheaters. We talked about the SBMM. That should change. And then you referenced Nintendo, right? And how did I say the correct Nintendo, right? So
Yep.
if they're dealing with cheaters more heavily than Call of Duty, because you got these conspiracy theorists that say, oh, they're in on it, they're making money on both ends, and there's the one thing that you did say is that the microtransactions has caused the problem. That they're more focused on finances than the actual gameplay and having fun, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So with that being said, moving on into season 4 Reloaded, because I just got to tell everybody, Floss, I always look to Floss to find out, okay, what guns have been balanced. He's always got the intel on that. He lets the clan know, hey, this gun it's got a buff, this gun got nerfed or whatever. So leaning into season 4 Reloaded, what's your thoughts on season 4 Reloaded? Well, actually, season 4 going into season 4 Reloaded.
Well, the maps they're adding are better.
Okay.
I'll give them that.
Okay.
Those the DLC maps they're solid. They're not big maps, so they know what the players want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'll give them that. You get your feet. You get a couple free guns. I'm a pure multiplayer dude, so I'm not really paying attention to the war zone and all that. The zombies. They give you some more of that. Another map. So they're giving us a lot of free content. I'll give them that.
Okay. Okay.
We definitely are.
Okay. So now, season 4 Reloaded is here, and now that season 4 Reloaded is here, we're moving on into Black Ops 7, and it's supposed to be futuristic. Now, they mention, a lot of people mention, oh, it's gonna be wall running, right? So what would you like to see in Black Ops 7? Like what is your expectation and what you would like to see in Black Ops 7 moving forward?
Well, the word on the street now that I've seen is boots. Boots are supposed to be on the ground for
Okay.
whatever that's worth. But that's part of what I would like to see. Somehow they got to tweak the just the gameplay, the gun battles.
Okay.
That feel that's got to be important. It's got to be consistent.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and they got it. they always right there. You know, the maps are hit or miss. They got to try something new. 3 lanes, 1 lane. You know, that's always going to be a hit or miss. You got to try some new things.
Okay.
But I got faith in them, man. I don't, I don't know how many people do, but shoot,
Oh, I know the gamers out there is like, oh my god, are you still playing COD?
right, right, man, you're right, and that's the crowd has changed. The crowd has changed, and right before our eyes right now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you expect for Call of Duty to outlast what's going on right now in the marketplace?
Well, their only competition is themselves, so that's a problem within itself right there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. There's no sweat off their back. They can fail and still win.
Got you, got you. So no competition.
So right, so that's really, it's not even their fault. It's other people just not, they don't want to invest in a war game because they don't think they can beat that already. So, other than, Battlefield or whoever.
Mm-hmm. Now
That's another thing, man.
they're talking about this new Battlefield. They're taking all the good aspects of the old Battlefields and putting them all into one. Do you think it'll be able to compete with Call of Duty now that this Call of Duty has been declining?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'll be the first to say Call of Duty's probably, they're almost too big to fail. They really are, man. Their numbers, when you break it down, are just astronomical.
Yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell, that the fan base isn't too happy. We're a little grumpy, but the numbers, man, tell a different story, man.
That is true. That is true. That is very true. A lot of people, have stopped playing the game, but you got a lot of us OGs that are hanging on. Like I've said it plenty of times. This game is trash. This game is trash. It's like
Yeah,
I don't like this game. I got a love hate relationship with Call of Duty right now. You know,
no
and
doubt.
I told J7 and the boys yesterday. I said I am not buying this game. I said I'm not buying Black Ops 7. I said if somebody buy it for me, I'm gonna play it. I was like, I love it, man. I love the game, but I was like, I want them to do something about it. I was like, this stuff that they're doing is just like, come on, man. Like you got this great game and it's amazing, and you're messing it up. It's like, oh my god, you know.
And you on to something when you say stuff like that. That's the only way you'll get their attention, is if we don't buy into the game, man. That's the only way, man.
I agree, 100%. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if half of the people that purchased this game did not purchase it? What would happen? They would
Yeah.
shift gears.
Oh yeah. Something would definitely happen, dog. No doubt about it, man. No doubt.
Exactly. It's like they would shift gears. And like so many COD players don't like this game, and they're very disappointed and disgruntled about the gameplay. I mean, we got some of the guys that play with us. DG, he talks about how it's just it kills the fun of the game because there's so many cheaters. J7,
Yep.
J7 that plays us has said, "Oh man, Dolo, I can't stand this game. It's trash." You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And then
He constantly dogging it, man.
yeah, he's like, and then Jay Humble was like, I'm deleting this game. I mean, you got people that are deleting the game. You know what I'm saying? And then, Fuzz is like, yeah, I'm still gonna buy the next one.
Yeah,
Fuzz
I'm
looks
with
at,
him.
yeah, and
I'm with him, man. I agree, bro.
yeah, and it's like, with that being said, man, I just want people to know that we truly care about the gameplay. We truly care about this game and what it can be. So I'm hopeful that Black Ops 7 will be a great game. But what I'm hearing is that They put it on the Modern Warfare engine, but they just sped it up. Is that what you heard?
Oh, okay. No, I haven't really I haven't heard about the guts about it yet. I haven't heard about that. But this should be the first what Black Ops that's purely on PS5.
Maybe,
It
maybe.
might. I think so. So that's a big deal, man.
Well, I'm really hoping that they do something about this game, and that leads us to our concept of Freestyle Fridays. Uh, you know, with Black Ops. So, with that being said, so if you had an opportunity to get one of your tracks placed in a Call of Duty, how accomplished would you feel as a producer?
Ooh, man, that's probably an indescribable feeling, man. That's got to be something else. Got to be. I would love that.
Let alone a
Love it.
film, huh?
Right, man. Come on now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm super excited, man. I'm just super happy that you are our guest today on the Talk Your Game podcast. This is episode 5. We're talking about Freestyle Fridays. We're talking about music, Call of Duty. My boy Flossed Out, Detroit's finest producer, and I'm your host, your boy Half Dolo, and I'm super excited, man, to let everybody know that you can download this podcast. It will be downloadable on every digital platform. Make sure you let somebody know what we got going on over here. We are definitely excited for those people that are looking to sponsor a podcast. If you would like to sponsor a podcast, send me a message. You can find me all over social media at Half Dolo or Half Dolo Gaming. Instagram, on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on X. You can find me everywhere. So make sure you send me a message if you guys would like to be on the show. Make sure you reach out. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast. But before we do, Flossed Out, tell them where they can find you, man.
Oh man, just type in Flossed Out, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Once again, it's Flossed Out, man. I just want to thank you for the opportunity having me on tonight, man. So thank you, big
Absolutely.
ups for real.
Absolutely. Couldn't have had a better producer on the show. And shouts out to everybody out there that's listening to this. Make sure you let everybody else know what's going on. We got gaming. Pretty soon we'll have producers, Freestyle Fridays going on every single Friday. And we want to bring on actors and actresses and producers and everybody that games, that has another position, that loves the game, like whether they're an actor, an executive producer, whether they're a producer, a singer, a rapper. We're going to do those shows. So I want everybody to know that. And I'm super excited that the first person I got on here to talk about that was Flossed Out Entertainment, representing Detroit, Michigan, y'all. And with that being said, we out.